In a recent talk radio and talk news and talk TV, apparently the conservatives have been throwing a bit of a hissy fit regarding the Chris Lane murder, comparing it to the Trayvon Martin murder. Or, in their case, they say the Trayvon Martin case. The George Zimmerman case. Where essentially they're trying to state that liberals are demonstrating reverse racism by not demonstrating a whole bunch of anger and outrage regarding the Chris Lane murder. Let's see if I can help you understand where you're flawed here. Okay? I'm going to examine both cases side by side in an effort to help you, the conservative, get a firmer grasp as to why this particular approach may not necessarily be the smartest one to take. Okay? Number one, Chris Lane immigrated to the United States from Australia. He was a baseball player. Came here, started a family, a successful business. The man was a pillar in his community. The man was well liked, well respected, and he was out for a run, minding his own business, when three teenagers, two black and one white, decide that they were going to attack him for the lulz. The man's family was notified right away. The man's, the killers were caught. They confessed. They pretty much said that they did it, and they were charged a week later. And those three boys are now facing significant jail time and being prosecuted with the possibility of being charged as adults. Let's compare that to the Trayvon Martin murder. Trayvon Martin, also football player, well liked by his friends and family. Did run into trouble, but then again, what teenage boy doesn't? He went out to the store, minding his own business, talking to his friend, while George Zimmerman stalked, followed, and then waited for an opportunity and confronted Trayvon Martin and murdered him. Okay? Trayvon Martin's family was not notified of his death for 3 days, even though the police officers in Florida had Trayvon Martin's cell phone, and all they had to do was just open up the cell phone, go to the contact list, or go to the last called list, his calling history, and maybe contact his family, his friends, somebody to let them know, that their son is dead. Okay? George Zimmerman was not charged for over 44 days. 44 days after the murder. And even then, it took the internet, it took online petitions, it took the federal government to get involved before George Zimmerman, the murdering sociopath, to be charged with the death of Trayvon Martin. Okay? The Chris Lane murderers, 2 black, 1 white, are being charged as adults. Do you see where I'm getting at here? Do you see what I'm trying to say here? Are you following me? Are you getting me, bro? Both cases are extremely different in the sense that with the Chris Lane murder, the police were more than cooperative with notifying the family, with charging the victim with murder, or charging the people responsible with murder. The fact that the 3 teenagers admitted that they killed him for the lulz and for no other reason than because they could. comparing that to George Zimmerman, who, yeah, he admitted he shot the Trayvon Martin, but he also admitted that he was stalking the kid, but that he was a member of the Neighborhood Watch. His dad was a judge. He was, trying to help the community. He was going after a suspect who was originally caught, by the way, about a week before that, but that's beside the point, who came right out and said a racial slur against Trayvon Martin. You get the idea. Here's the similarities between the case. Both victims were killed doing absolutely nothing wrong. Both victims were killed just Trayvon Martin going out for a stroll to the store, and Chris Lane going out for a run. That's when they were killed. Both victims died senselessly. Trayvon Martin died because of a racist redneck stupidity, and Chris Lane was killed by a bunch of bored teenagers. Both sets of killers had posted racially insensitive and offensive comments on the internet. Both sets of killers had histories of violent behavior. Both sets of killers are now world famous. Okay? Both victims are still dead. Trayvon Martin, however, did not get justice after he was killed. Chris Lane, he got justice with the quickness. The people that killed him were arrested within the week. The week. And they're being tried as adults, compared to George Zimmerman, who has been made a cause célèbre by the Republicans and the conservatives and the white people. Do you follow this? Does this make sense to you? Do you now understand why the two cases are different? Probably not. I don't expect much from you people. But it is what it is. This is Jumak the Artist signing off. Slanchini Vulture. Have a nice day.